Let's also talk about a company which has recently put out a value unlocking plan and a detailed presentation on the exchange, and that is Zuari Industries. Athar Shahab, Managing Director of Zuari Industries, is now joining us. Athar, morning. Thank you very much for your time. This presentation of yours talks about a lot of value unlocking growth strategies in the next 3 to 5 years. Where would you actually start the conversation? Tell us what triggered this. You thought the company is deeply undervalued right now, so we must undertake. What was the trigger behind this strategy which you have shared with the exchanges?
First of all, thank you very much for having me on the show. And I think we have been doing a lot of work in the background for the last couple of years. And if you have noted the broader group, there have been significant events, starting from the IPO of Paradip Phosphates Limited, a group company, and more recently a very successful QIP of our group company, Texmaco Rail. And we thought it was very appropriate that Zuari Industries Limited, which is the apex holding company of the group, should put out something in the public domain. And if you recall, this company was set up by late Dr. K.K. Birla in 1967. It started off as Zuari Agrochemicals, and then we set up Chambal Fertilizers initially as a division of the company, and now it's a full-fledged, formidable player in the fertilizer sector. And now we straddle so many sectors in the economy, and we have not been talking much actually to the markets. So it was in the fitness of things to actually put out a simple presentation and bring certain facts to the knowledge of the investors.
To understand, one is your operating business and second are your investment businesses, where the way markets look at Zuari is that what investments you have and how you unlock it. As a result, Zuari never gets the right P multiple because it ends up becoming a holding company. How are you planning to address it?
I think, you already, I mentioned about 2 major liquidity events that have taken place. More recently, the group has announced the merger of, PPL has announced the merger of MCFL with itself. I think the group is evolving and the group will simplify structures going forward. So there will be, of course, the value will become very crystal clear on the investments that we hold. On the other side, we have operating businesses. For example, we have a substantial sugar complex in Uttar Pradesh, which we have modernized over the years and which is doing quite well. And then we have a big focus on real estate and biofuels. And I think the way we would like investors to look at us is, of course, as somebody who is holding these very large, substantial strategic investments in core sectors of Indian economy, and a company which is focused on unlocking value through its operating investments. So I think as we go forward, you will see action in both the buckets and you will see unlocking opportunities.
How is real estate and sugar and ethanol connected? Aren't these 2 very separate businesses? I mean,
they are, and I think these are legacies of a conglomerate. But you must remember, in real estate, we have been in real estate now for more than 10 years. We have delivered a project successfully in Mysore, a project in Goa, and now we are building an ultra-premium luxury tower in Dubai. So that franchise is absolutely now ready to take off. And in the fullness of time, it could become a sizable business by itself. We have recently had a joint venture with a very large European player to set up our first grain-based distillery in Uttar Pradesh. We believe that business has a huge potential to grow. And we would be looking at not only bioethanol, but biodiesel and a whole range of bioenergy products in that business. So I think the point to note here, Nikunj, is that we are a group that is going to evolve. We are going to look at opportunities. Of course, we'll stay invested in sectors that are important to the Indian economy. We will continue to simplify our structures, but we will at the same time continue to pursue growth opportunities.
Athar, what exactly are your debt reduction plans and how do you plan to do that? Will it be some fundraise or some asset monetization based debt reduction, or how exactly do you plan to go about it?
Right now, the biggest source of debt reduction is monetization of our land parcels in Goa. We hold a substantial amount of lands in Goa, which we are selling. and we have made some public announcements recently as well. And I think the recently announced merger, as and when it takes shape, will also bring in liquidity to our group company, Zuari Agrochemicals, and that will also bring in liquidity to the Apex holding company. I think with these two, and plus the potential cash flows coming in from our Dubai project, will be sufficient to deleverage the company.
Given that you've talked about as to how sugar and real estate are going to be cash generative businesses for you going forward, tell me in detail about, the fact that you're currently developing residential projects in not just Mysore and Goa, but even Dubai, as we understand. What's the revenue potential?
See, I cannot share the revenue potential figures. I only want to tell you that we had picked up a property through a joint venture in Dubai, and we have hit the market absolutely at the right time. And it's a branded property. It's a St. Regis branded property in downtown Dubai. We sold 80% of it on the day of launch. It's a 55-story ultra-premium tower coming just behind Burj Khalifa, running a couple of months ahead of schedule. And we believe with this, we have announced our presence on the global markets. And I think as an emerging real estate player, and we are very focused on the India market as well. But I think if you do a project internationally, establish yourself, do a great job, I think it gives tremendous amount of confidence to the team. So we will look at opportunities in Dubai as well after the first project gets over. But we will stay very focused on the India market as well.
Great having you on the show. Thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking with us today.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.